Hi, and welcome to Nini's house. Today I am going to mountain home to one of my favorite flea markets. It's called Finders Keepers. They're having a parking lot sale, and usually they also have a discount on a lot of the booths inside. I also plan to stop by the Rusty Rooster, which is another flea market in Mountain Home. I am still looking for a corner cabinet for our bedroom and also a couple of pieces of Pyrex to finish out my set. When we were married, we received two sets of Pyrex bowls, both in the butterfly gold pattern. And because I've always used them, things have happened. And we've broken a couple and lost or misplaced a couple. Probably left them at church somewhere. So I do have a purpose in going today. I am looking for something specific, but who knows what else I might find too. And along the way, we are having this beautiful ride. The colors are changing, and it's just glorious out here today. Just as I got here to Finders Keepers, it started raining. So I'm going to go straight inside and see what I can find. They always have so much Corningware and Corel and Pyrex in this shop. Every booth, it seems, has at least some Pyrex in it or some Corningware. So I am looking for my pattern specifically. I don't usually buy extra pieces unless they are very cheap. You can see here on the bottom is the butterfly gold. The set in the back behind the towels is called Cinderella Bowls. I have that set. I need the medium gold one, but I'm not buying the whole set for $125 just to replace one bowl. So I'll just keep looking around for a bit. It seems like there's just an endless number of patterns of Pyrex bowls and casseroles. It's amazing. My sister has many, many pieces of this Corningware, the white with the little blue flowers. I really like this green pattern here. I don't know what it's called. And I also don't know that if I was choosing a pattern to buy for myself, which one I would choose. Maybe this one. But since I already have the butterfly gold, that's the one I'm sticking with. It has great sentimental value to me. These casseroles, the ones on the top, the darker ones, kind of match my bowls. This little sunflower one is very pretty too. There are so many pretty patterns in the Corningware pieces, and I do have a few odd pieces of those because I can often find them at thrift stores and flea markets at very reasonable prices. But the Pyrex just seems to be getting out of hand lately. That's why I don't buy anything except my pattern unless I can find it really cheap. The higher prices are great for resellers, but for people like me who are just trying to replace a piece or two, it makes things pretty difficult. I promise that we'll get to some non-Pyrex and Corningware things soon. It's just the very front of their store is just filled with this type of glassware. Here I've spotted some more butterfly gold. Not the bowls that I need. I need a large white one like this with no handles. I also like the Corningware that matches the same. It's in the same pattern. I don't have any of that yet, but if the price is right, I might consider getting some. These patterns are so pretty for the fall. If a person did a lot of entertaining, like at Thanksgiving, these would be really pretty to use on your table. The prices on Corningware here in this shop are a lot higher than I usually see them. They're pretty comparable to the Pyrex prices. The brands are equal in value to me. Corningware is great. It's as sturdy as Pyrex, cleans up beautifully, and I love using it too. As I've said before, I use all of mine. I always have. I didn't know they were going to be collector's items and worth a lot of money someday, or maybe I wouldn't have used them. I just think that most of the Pyrex that we see is a lot older than the Corningware, and the Corningware was like super mass produced, so there's a lot still available, where the old Pyrex is harder to find, making the price more, I guess, or the value more. And of course, both brands are still being produced today. Now we're reaching the back of this first showroom here. There's a lot more variety of antique items back here and a lot more furniture. I'm still looking for a corner cabinet, and hopefully I can find one. If I do, I'll have to get my husband to come back with the trailer to pick it up, but he understands that and it wouldn't be a problem. This is a beautiful little dressing table here. And here are a couple of pretty crocheted pieces. I love the color on them. I am still looking for some crochet doilies, and I have a great project coming up. I'm fixing to redo my bedroom, freshen it up, and cozy it up for the winter, and I'll be sharing all of that with you. I'm going to be using some doilies and some old quilts that I found and other vintage linens in that project. Here's another random booth in the back that has some Corningware and Pyrex in it. The problem with this is that I get so focused on looking at those things that I forget to look at all the other things in the booth. And so when I'm going back over the videos, I see so much stuff that I missed. Look at the price on this Frigi set. Here's another Frigi set with one extra small dish and lid for the same price. And here's some more butterfly gold. I don't need that little bowl though. I already have that one. And that casserole was in the newer butterfly gold pattern, not the pattern that I have. Many of the booths were offering discounts, mostly 20% off, like this one, but a couple even had 50% off. This is going to be the end of the filming that I did at Finders Keepers. I did buy a few things here and I will show them to you at the very end of the video, but carrying them around made it hard for me to film more. So that's why I'm stopping here. And now I'm moving on to the Rusty Rooster. The Rusty Rooster is a little bit fancier maybe than Finders Keepers. They're also a little bit more expensive. But I am still looking for that corner cabinet and for the pieces of Pyrex that I need. When you walk in the door, they have this pretty Christmas display. They also have some new items in this store and some handmade items. They also have food related items like seasoning blends and preserves, such as that. These lovely old handkerchiefs caught my eye. Here's a really pretty china set. So far, I have not been bombarded with Pyrex or even a piece of Corningware, so I'm beginning to wonder if I'm going to have any luck here at all. But at least it gives me the opportunity to look around and see what else I might find. And, of course, I spoke too soon. About halfway through this first section of the building, I found all of this Corningware and some few pieces of Pyrex, but nothing that interested me. These little china teapots are really pretty. And these monkeys are very interesting. Somebody had quite the collection. Here's a mama and a baby. And here's Dad sitting over here with a book on his head. And Curious George. Here's an adorable chicken basket. Some of the feathers are broken off because the head comes off. And you can store things inside, sort of a secret hiding place. I really liked that pumpkin basket up there too. Here are two little bunnies smooching. And here's a very pretty aqua KitchenAid mixer. And a little more Pyrex sitting on top of some pink depression glass plates. And here's some very pretty cobalt blue glassware. Across the aisle is an aqua tea kettle to match the KitchenAid and a blue ball jar sitting inside of a piece of Pyrex. This booth was a hodgepodge of things, including some old irons and some cast iron. Lots of cast iron in all different shapes and sizes and different configurations. Once in a while, I buy an old piece of cast iron to hang on my wall because I really appreciate the craftsmanship. I probably should have bought that big old hogshead. I found some pretty vintage linens here. This is a pillowcase here in the front, and the red and white sort of striped part is some rickrack that is intertwined. And there's a tablecloth and some table scarves behind it. I did buy the pillowcase there to use in my bedroom redecoration. Here is a really pretty old pie safe, a true pie safe, not a hutch like I got. If I hadn't already found my hutch, I probably would have gotten this, but I don't have room for both of them. And I finally did find a corner shelf. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, though. Now, let me show you what I got today. Along with this beautiful pillowcase, here is a closer look at that intertwined rickrack. I also got these two casserole dishes. They are nesting along with the third smaller one on top, which I already had. So now this set is complete, but I still need the medium gold bowl to complete this set. And I also got this vintage metal colander with the star cutouts that my husband turned into a lampshade for the pendant light in my kitchen. I just love how it casts all those beautiful stars around on my ceiling and walls. Thanks so much for going shopping with me today. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you'll come back soon.